Hello everyone, it's Irene in here again. So today I thought about bringing you a game called The Chronicles of Taldun, The Remainder. And like I've been these last demos basically that I've been bringing, not all of them but some of them have been demos that I've tried for a bit a long time ago, you know, like I've tried them for a bit, but it's like they all had something that kind of made me go like, I don't know if I want to continue playing this or not. Sometimes it's the visuals, others is like the text box, or I don't know, little things sometimes that kind of make me go like, I don't know. But since I've begun streaming again and now I created a channel and I'm leaving the videos in YouTube, something that I didn't do before. I was just streaming on Twitch. I decided like, oh, maybe I'll just revisit those demos and we'll play, you know, together. And just to say, like, this is one of them. This game it's been out, I don't know for how long, let me check. This is from developer Square Weasel Studio, and it's been out since 2022. And they have like a free version of this game, which has like the description of Act 1, and you can play that one for free. And that was the one that I actually kind of like played for a bit. I cannot say that I really liked it, but then I saw this expanded edition demo of the game in itself, and someone told me that this one is kind of like better than the free one. So I thought about like, oh, maybe, you know, I was like, maybe I'll just try to play the demo this time instead of going for the free Act 1. And the description kind of goes like, I think I need to lower a bit the music, but I'll do it. So the description goes like, this is the story of two magi, Vyn and Ilar, who find themselves trapped in a collapsing tower with their only hope for salvation being a difficult ritual. Or at least that is what Ilar tells you. The thing is, you don't remember anything, and Ilar's story makes less and less sense the closer you are to the ritual. Are they hiding things to protect you from the bitter truth, or are they deceiving you for some more nefarious reason? Guide Vyn's actions to death and beyond and uncover Ilar's truth. Are they your colleague, lover, or something completely different? Read between the lines of what they are telling you, explore your surroundings for clues, and use hands-on deduction to break the vicious circle and set them free. Okay, now this game is actually a bit long, and it has like a visual of its own, and I think you need to see it more like a visual novel book than actually what we are used to see in these types of games. Since you can have like a route with Ilar, some people do say that it's an automatic game, But I wouldn't actually consider it a true otome game. You know, you do have like a romantic route in here, but you need to see it more like there's like some kind of a narrative and a mystery behind it. So, what is like, you know, kind of like the hard thing going on in here, which I kind of don't appreciate it as much. It has a ton of endings, and when I'm talking about a ton of endings in here, I'm talking about dead ends. Do you understand? They are not actually considered dead ends because they actually say 50, imagine 50 plus different false endings, and only 2 true endings. And you cannot find the true ending unless you played at least like maybe 15 false endings. Do you understand what I'm trying to say in here? So I was a bit skeptical to actually play this again, because no one wants to be like showing you like a demo or something and just keep reversing, you know, going back to the beginning and do it again, you know. And that is actually my concern in here. And if that keeps like happening, I might actually reach a point where I'm going to be here and I'm going to tell you that, you know, we're going to stay here, you know, we're not going to advance anymore, because, you know, I don't want to be here for hours. Let's just jump a bit into the game, and I'll explain other things to you. So this is the entry of the game. In terms of options, you will notice that I already changed some things in here. I'm just going to put the music a tiny bit lower. I don't know how the sound is. You'll probably like to have a bit more music, but I'm concerned that it's a bit too loud in my ears. For you maybe it isn't, but in my ears it is. So you have like the user interface scaling, and they have a version for the Steam Deck which you can choose. I do remember that you have like some choices that have like time limited, and since I'm pretty bad with time limited choices, I decided to put like the slow and not go with the recommended, because I was like, although there are like choices that maybe it's better if you let them just go until the end, you know, sometimes it is like that. And I put it like, we could keep the normal one, but I like to have large text when I'm reading in these games. But honestly, the normal would be, I think I did with the normal, it would be totally fine. It's just for me to maybe not strain so much my eye. We can choose the pronouns, and they do warn us that there is going to be some explicit content in here, which, let me see, includes depiction of sexual themes, violence, blood, physical and mental abuse, self-harm, death, and suicide. Characters are going through emotional struggles and are dealing with a life-threatening situation. This is what they tell you about it. So this is what you have in terms of like options. So this is basically like the type of design that you have in here. Of course, your text is going to be not as big as the one I have in here, okay? I put it like this, but the normal is totally fine, okay? You do not need the text to be like this. And I think the first time that I saw the game, which actually was like in 2022 or something, I was kind of like captivated by the visuals of it. Now, when I'll tell you something after. I'm going to start reading and I'm going to tell you another thing after. So, for the first time in many seasons, the waves and the wind were the only voices singing farewells to, like, the names are going to be really hard in here, to Shruthru? I don't know, something. I waited. Oh, can I use the enter key? I don't remember. Let me check. The colors of the sky changed as I sat. Tension crawled up my throat. They were late. Oh, I can use it. Clouds stifled the light. Heavy droplets started pelting the ground. Pressing my lips together, I stood. It was pouring then. The wind ripped at my soaked shirt. Thick, warm, red. A sickly sweet scent filled my nose. I dared a lick. Metallic, greasy. This is wrong. Darkness fell, reducing my hands to silhouettes. A sense of urgency gripped me. I hurried to the looming tower and threw open the doors. Okay, if you just got here and your native language is not English, let me tell you, this is a nightmare. And, okay, I have C1, I think it's C1, in English. And even I struggle with this type of English. Why? Because you have a lot of adjectives and adverbs, and it's a poetic narration. You understand? Like you have like some poetic things going on in here. And I think this can be good and can be bad, because you are already establishing your audience, your target, which can be reduced. You have a ton of people that want to play these kinds of games, but this specific type of English, that is an English that it's more difficult for people that do not have English as a native language, is not going to appeal to them. So, I mean, as a developer and the publisher in itself too, I mean, you are already marking your type of audience, and you are going to lose people in here with this type of, so, I don't know, poetic kind of English, because it's hard. Even I, as I told you, even I, sometimes when I'm reading this, I'm like, I'm not actually sure what I'm reading in here. Where are you? Endless, empty halls echoed my question. There, at the far corner, I thought I glimpsed a figure disappearing into the dark. Wait! I ran after them, feet echoing on the wet stone. Wait! What was their name again? I cannot remember. Why can't I not remember? Why can I? Sorry, not can't. Why can I not remember? Hardly surprising. Coming to a halt, I wiped around. Wiped, right. I always have like this issue. When will you take responsibility? My skin crawled. I turned and ran as fast as I could. I reached the end of the hallway, seized the handle there, and wrenched it down. The door burst open. The room was empty. Not here. Somewhere else? Another door, another shriek of the inches. Nothing. I ran trembling fingers through my hair, nails digging to my scalp, and shuddered at the crimson smeared everywhere. I wiped my hands on my clothes over and over, harder and harder. It would not come off. teeth clenched, I pushed through yet another door. Look at you, covered in filth, chasing some childish fancy. Forgive me. Forgive. Forgive. The empty space echoed my words, mocking me. Hot breaths rasped in my throat. My legs trembled. I was terrified. Exhausted. Why have I been running so fast? Why am I struggling? Eyelids heavy, I let comforting numbness envelop me. I sank down, down, rest just for a moment. The endless seas in every direction, a diamond dusting of moonlight across the surface above. I could see like this, like you start these and you don't even understand what the heck's going on in here. Like even like these sentences, like I look down into the depths. I look down into the depths. Pressure crushes my chest as the darkness steers. A star, then two, then a constellation glitters into life. They are drawing closer. It is not the endless expanse of the seas, but the body of a fish, its silhouette filling my entire view. A gaping maw splits open from horizon to horizon, a deeper black within, approaching, vibrating with life. See, like it's kind of like confusing. Mother Shruthru comes for me. I should be afraid. Her embrace, now all encompassing, blots out the last feeble illumination around me. I should be afraid. Why am I not? Her mouth shuts with a distant clang, a flash of lightning. I don't know. Something. I don't know what is that. Wake up. Light prickles the comforting darkness. Rumbling rises and falls like waves washing the shore. Calm coldness gives way to crushing heat. A blanket of boulders smothers me. Like this, you know, like that author. I was never able to read it. You know, I think he has like a book that is like Ulysses or something. I don't know. It's a very well-known author, and I always feel like his way of writing is like everyone praises him, and I bet he writes in a wonderful way. It's just I cannot even read it. It's confusing. I mean, in English. I'm not talking in terms of like translations to my language. Okay, I'm talking about like reading it in English. Like I don't know. James Joyce, right? James Joyce. I think it's kind of like this, you know. It's kind of like you are reading it, and it's hard for people that aren't native to the English language. Can you move? Do you hear me? My eyes struggle open to a face. No, be gone. Fingers grip my shoulders, turning and examining. The buzzing in my head reaches a crescendo, and my mouth tastes of iron. Still in one piece. A hand is laid upon my forehead. I grumble, wishing to swat it away, but manage only a twitch, a single pitiful spasm. Feverish but not obvious wounds. Could have been worse, I suppose. I open my eyes. It is easier this time. Listen to me. Something went wrong. We don't have much time. My little tongue moves reluctantly. Wrong. I snap my mouth shut, embarrassing. Maybe you should stay put for now. I'll try to deal with it for a little longer. Wait, what is that? They turn and stride away. I look around in a daze. Everything is spinning. Why are the books flying? It is not happening. I squeeze my eyes shut. I will awake soon. Sounds tickling, rustling, clinging, a storm raging outside, a guttural hum clawing at my eyes. I drag myself to my feet. An urge to gag rises. Massaging my throbbing temples, I force down the bile. What did I do last night? What is the source of that incessant buzzing? As I catch sight of it, a cold terror creeps up my spine. A pulsing, churning thing looms in the room as though space is swallowing itself. Waves of moist, brilliant heat spew from it. It sings, roiling with an ever-changing symmetry. What in Lura's name is that? Shapes huddle beneath it, midnight silent, and as still as bones. The pale stranger who woke me earlier stands still, hands raised towards the vortex overhead. What are you doing? What is that thing? They are frozen in place. Someone else is curled up on the floor, her face a mask of anguish. The emblem of a high magus hangs around her neck, and the image of a eel coils around her arm. Why are these symbols familiar to me? You there. No movement. I kick something. An empty bottle is sent rolling, clanging against its siblings. Cups lie about like drunkards on a varnished wood table. An inkwell quills and crumpled pieces of paper litter the nearby CD. Dark red spots stain the mosaic floor. A crash in the cavernous chamber sends me scrambling. I duck behind the sofa, heart pounding in my throat. There comes the sound of glass shattering, shouting. A cacophony reverberates from the walls around me. I clutch my ears. Please, let me wake already. This has long since lost its novelty. Clamping my eyes shut, I try to block out the drone. Let this be finished soon. Let this be finished. Let this... Don't just stand there. Help me. Wiping around, I knock my knee on the wooden armrest. It hurts. The stranger is back, slumped next to the CD, clenching their shoulders, breath shallow. I turn and see them still standing under the vortex. My mouth hangs open. Why are these two of you? Why are there two of you? I was like, what? I bit my tongue when something drips from their shoulder. The glistening fluid shimmers and evaporates upon hitting the floor. Are you melting? I retreat a step. What is wrong with you? What are you? They wince, throat bobbing, then spit out something dark, melting. Just how much did you drink? Ignoring their question, I press on. What is happening? What is this place? The stranger blinks at me. What does it look like? It looks strange. They lift a finger and point. What about that? Do you recognize it? I realized they mean the vortex. No, the Varna, no. Should I? I shudder. The person stares at me for a few breaths, then bursts into laughter. I steal a glance at the ghastly hole in the air. This whole situation is profoundly confusing and more than a little annoying. They are still laughing. So that thing is the Abyss Vara, the door to eternal torment. They brush off a stray lock of hair from their forehead. Okay. A door, so we are safe as long as we do not go through it. A door that is alive, well, sort of, and trying to devour us. Where are we? They said we were like in some kind of tower, right? I duck my head, dodging a flying book. You truly don't remember. What about you being in two places at once? And who is that? I point at the figure curled up on the floor. They look from me to the supine person and back, then chuckle again, shaking their head. That is you, a great magus, farseer, prodigy of the age, so on and so forth. A failure, a fraud. Your name at least. Tell me you remember your name. Apparently, right? Because I saw like the description. I mean, you could choose probably another one. It doesn't matter. I do suppose. But for, I don't know, the narration and immersion into the story, I think it would be cool if you just keep like the name of the person. The words tickle at the inside of my head. Magus, Vyn. I am Vyn. Not to slight a dire situation, but what a time to lose your memories. It's almost amusing in a way, they murmur. Almost? You appear quite entertained already. This is one of those so bad it's hilarious sort of things. A piece of flying paper bounces off their head. Well, I do not find it hilarious. This is definitely a nightmare. Why should I believe you? How can that be me? The stranger chuckles, looks around and raises a limp hand at an ornate mirror mirroring through the air nearby. Easier if you go see yourself. I stare at it, finding my feet heavy. Well, grab it before it flies away. Clenching my teeth, I reach for it. Okay, so I was thinking about like, I don't know if we're going to be able to do it, but they have like some kind of a little guide in here for at least emotional Ilar's route. And I was like thinking maybe I could try to do, I probably won't be able, I probably need to do some bad endings before I can even do this. Because they are saying search the rest of the room for the desk and journal. Yeah. I probably don't even have the choice. I probably need to die and then be able to do anything else. Show me how I look. I don't know, show me. Okay. Is this me? Choosing, oh, maybe we are still just choosing how our character looks like or something. I don't know. Is this me? Choosing yes will enable additional artwork throughout the game. Your choice will not impact the story itself in a way. Okay. Of this girl will not appear again. Okay, it's fine. Then we can pick it. What I see leaves me stunned. But as I yeah, this was probably just to choose like if we wanted to see her or not. But as I told you, like I'm like thinking about trying to follow just like that little guide that is in there. I don't know if I'm going to be able. because since I'm recording this, I kind of don't want to be just like, getting into a bed end and another bed end and another bed end. I'm trying to do like at least something in here. If it was a situation that I was just in here myself, like I did the other time, and just trying the game, yeah, it would be kind of like, okay, we die, we try again, we repeat. But since I'm putting it to you, I kind of want to get a little bit more. What I see leaves me stunned. My reflection matches the person on the floor. I turn and stare at her, then back at the mirror. It's just kind of curious, isn't it? Imagine that you have no memories and, we cannot see ourselves, right? Unless we have like some kind of mirror. But imagine the mirror is like lying to you. But we have this tendency to believe in what we see as perceived as reality, isn't it? It's kind of funny. Every last detail down to the piercings, which I only now noticed are all identical. Then just for a breath, the heel on my arm wriggles. I blink and it is still again. I look back and forth again and again. This is not right. But how? How am I in two places at once? Are we dead? Is this the afterlife? And who are you? Their lips take on the shape of a smile, thin and brittle. You don't remember me either? The ease of their tone clashes with their eyes, dark and searching, awaiting my answer. You are? I mean, I think we kinda know who he is, but I don't know if we should put it. I'm going to get a bad end with this. Oh my god. I blinked, then a small nod of the head. At your service, you had me a mite worried there. Oh, so I remembered. Ilar. I taste the name, roll it over my tongue, but there is nothing else, no spark of recognition, no warmth of familiarity, only an itch that gnaws at the inside of my skull. Forgive me, but you are merely a name to me. Their smile wavers. Well, that's all right. How should I say this? Eyes closed and lips parted, their voices barely a whisper. I'm your partner. They pushed out the words with effort. You were unconscious when I found you, don't know what you did. A ritual must have gone wary and somehow set that thing loose. I did what I could and conjured your heart vessel. You'll be sent adrift otherwise. Heart vessel, conjured my heart vessel. They grimace and fall silent. My heart vessel, and what was, excuse me, I nudged them. Talk. Sink me. Their eyes flutter open and they point a shaky finger at the other side of the room. They motion me closer. I lean in. Your desk. Their breath tickles my ear. Look in your grimoire. Find the spell. Circular gate, black salt, mantra. Only way to save. No time, go. What the heck? I wait, unmoving, heartbeat like a hammer in my skull. The drone fills the would-be silence in between, the resonance of torment. I drive a thumb into my temple, crushing one pain with another, a futile effort. Are you still alive? They must be. I reach for their shoulder to shake them, to rouse them to consciousness, demand more answers, something. Instead, my hand passes through them with little resistance. I gasp, scrambling back. I land hard, sending bottles clattering away as their body melts into milky wisps that disappear into nothing. Is it like some kind of hallucination that we are seeing or something? They are gone. Gone. Earlier I heard sounds of a struggle. Is someone else here? I swallowed, the drumming in my ears, a beacon for anyone listening. My hands tremble, cold and sweaty. When nothing happens for a while, I allow myself to breathe again. Surely, if they intend to hurt me, they would have done so while I was asleep. What if Ilar was the only thing stopping them? Now they are gone, and you are cowering amongst empty bottles. It is fine. If I am careful, I can find the spell, run away. Why did they melt? Do I even want to become involved? You are already up to your neck in it, Vyn. Whatever is happening, I cannot sit here. So yeah, this is what I was telling you about. So they were like telling me to like search the rest of the room for the desk and grimoire. See, like you have a time limit in there. Yeah, it's usually very, very fast. That's why I put like a little bit more time. Well, let me check the next one. Okay. I rise unsteadily to my feet. Where could that desk be? The place is a disaster. Half the library's contents are clogged by unseen currents churning around the vortex. Books, parchments, translucent globes, and skulls of unnameable creatures swim like fish through the air. Beyond this layer of mess, there are even whole bookshelves meandering in the periphery. I dodge under floating chairs, vases, and paintings as I traverse a veritable maze. Like, trying to imagine all of this in your head is like really hard to understand, because there's a lot of like fiction and fantasy in it. Catching sight of a large desk, I breathe a sigh of relief. Save for a heavy tome set squarely in the center, aligned with the edges, everything, papers, scrolls, measuring tools, writing instruments, is scattered about carelessly. Utterly unacceptable. Worry not, I will put you all back in order soon enough. It's kind of like me, like when things are kind of like a mess, I need to organize them. I mean, I'm not going to do that to other people's things. I'm talking about my things, okay? Because I do respect other people's space. And I know that, like, I knew a person that she was extremely, I worked with her. She was extremely disorganized. Her desk was like a mess. But I would just tell her this. Do you know where the eraser is? And in the whole pile of things, she would just like put her hand in there and just grab the eraser, like she knew in that freaking mess. You know, like I'm not even joking. I'm not just saying like a tiny mess. No, I'm like a real mess. She knew where the things were. I was like, how? I cannot. So that's why I'm saying, like, I do not mess with other people's space, because what is messy for me might not be messy for the person, okay? But when it's my things, I need to have them organized. Okay. I run my fingers over the books, evenly placed rivets over the Vyn and Ilar, meticulously pressed into the leather. My jittery breath steadies and my head clears somewhat. I flit it open. Greetings, you are my grimoire, then. Will you help me make sense of all of this? The parchment is smooth and firm under my fingers. I close my eyes and inhale deeply. The faint fragrance of coffee, smoke, and old leather. Memory steers somewhere deep down, but nothing rises to the surface. Still, I cannot help but feel the arcane symbols regard me as an old friend. Written words, soldiers of intellect, regiments arraying on a planar battlefield, written in a decisive hand, my hand. See, like, the kind of writing in here, like, it tries to really, like, pull you with immersive components, you know. But it gets, like, for me personally, it's just, like, too much, you know. I am more the practical type of person. So for me, it's like, you could have said this in another way, in a more, like, straightforward, practical kind of way. That's why I kind of feel like the script in here is a bit kind of like, I don't know, poetic or something. I think the idea is really the immersion. But it's like an immersion that it's very lyrical. I don't know. Geometric diagrams, sigils, maps of heart and spirit, ordered beauty. It must have taken days, perhaps weeks, to draw each one. True beacons of chaos, defiance. The sheer number of pages, how much knowledge, how many memories must be stored here. How long will it take to read through all this? How will I even know which one is the right spell? There could be hundreds. What was that? I tense up, certain I heard something. I wait. There it is again. Something sharp against wood. I swallow. What should I do? Slowly I turn around. A set of arched doors leads to a hallway lined with pillars and dense with shadows, like the mouth of a titanic beast. An ember glint flashes, another scratch. I squint and crane my head forward. Is that a shape slinks out of the darkness of the doorway. Its fur is so black that it looks like a moving shadow. Maybe I should put, like, the sounds a bit higher. I don't know, can I? Nope. Oh, maybe I cannot go to the interface? Unless, like, saving and going to the main, and maybe. I mean, it's fine. We'll see it. Its features are sharp and merciless. Sinewy muscles rippling under the fur, poised to lunge. I stumbled back, a hand fumbling behind me, searching the desk for a weapon. My fingers grip something. It squirms. I look down with a reluctance. A lightless eye on the pommel of a knife turns its gaze upon me and whispers in a wet voice. It's the sound that you are hearing, actually. I would say, I think it is. But wait, maybe I should, like... Oh, I need to name? Oh my god, I'm gonna name nothing, honestly. I need to name things. For me, it's like just put a save it. I still need to, like, putting names. I know some people like that. To keep it organized, right? Yeah. I yelp in disgust and toss it away. Okay, so they were, like, telling us to actually not click it. Let me just check the next one. This is kind of important. Okay. So we probably had a bad ending in there again. But the way to play this game is actually you need to do them. And why do you need to do them? You need to do them because that's the only way for you to get to at least one of the true endings. There is no other way. You need to, like, keep playing they call it the false ends. Because in each one of them, I think you kind of, like, get a bit more of the story. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, you get a bit more, then you come back, and then you get a bit more, and kind of like that. So the way I'm doing it is actually not the best way to play it. I just want to make it last a little bit longer. The creature creeps forward unsteadily, peering about the room, sniffing the air, pausing at every little sound. It is distracted. I might be able to flee. It winces, clutching its head, and emits a queer noise, like it is about to vomit. This is my chance. I bolt for the circle of debris. A strained hiss, then rapid footsteps dog my heels. I dare not slow my pace. Yeah, I had no idea how to say that. It swipes at me, tearing a shred of fabric away. It is closing in. I cannot outrun it. What do I do? Stop! It spoke. A bookshelf flies past me and crashes into the pursuer. Over here, Ilar's voice booms. They move their arm in an arc, and several vases depart their drifting flock. A mighty whirlwind of porcelain and furniture is all I can see. It's very visual. Like, it feels like the game is extremely visual, and you do not have, like, you do have things going on in the back, but it's like, it feels like it needed more. But you need to imagine in your head by immersing yourself through the text. It's just kind of hard for me because I'm actually understanding most of the things. It's just kind of hard because some things go amiss in here, you know, because of the English. A mighty whirlwind of porcelain and furniture is all I can see. Is it over? No, there. The creature makes its escape, scrambling for the doorway, limping. Okay. I don't know. Should I let it go? I don't know. I didn't have this one. I'm going to die here. Is it over? No, there. The creature... not that. Ilar makes no attempt to pursue it, and in a few breaths, it disappears into the dark. The room is quiet again, or as quiet as it can be in the company of the abyssed Vara, the rain and the pounding in my chest. What is the crushing deeps is happening here? Depths, I always say that. Okay. Deeps is with two E's. What in the crushing depths is happening here? I thought you died. Ilar's triumphant stance falters. Hold the tears, dear. I'm very much alive. They flash the green that is starting to irritate me. A few theatrics were needed for the sake of our uninvited guest. And you are welcome. I squint at them. When you say theatrics, you mean you fainted, melting, and set a trap with me as bait? They smirk. Without my permission? No time for that. I had to improvise. I eye them for a moment longer. Still, do not do it again. Now explain to me who or what was that creature. They rub their chin. Potential trouble? Potential? Potential. I bit my lip, but what was it? A Lucacci. Probably like a Lucacci. Seems like Italian word. A Lucacci. They can't resist the scent of vulnerable prey. And in this case, the prey was me? Why is it hunting me? Ilar shrugs. Perhaps it's hungry. It's hungry, not angry. Perhaps it's hungry. Do you presume it will leave us alone now? I peer around, suspicious of every moving shadow. Ilar sways, eyes clamped shut. Are you well? This had best not be another of your theatrics. I reach out a hand in case they toppled over. Yes. Yes. Yes, it will leave us alone. Yes, these are theatrics. Or yes, you are feeling well. They wince and straighten up. Maybe no and yes. You see, was that such a hard task? Not sure what to do with my still outstretched hand, I scratch my nose. A knife spoke to me. It's like so awkward, honestly. Ilar raises an eyebrow and glances towards the desk. Ah, yes, that one tends to do that. Is it alive? Not in the way the two of us are. No? Why is it talking then? It is disturbing. Objects infused with water often develop certain quirks. Infused with water, okay. That the water, oh, they say waters. Maybe I should say like waters. So, waters, okay. Seas, help me, the lifeblood of the world and all living beings? Look, just don't touch the blade, alright? Their gloved fingers brushed my cheek. I'm feeling like too much in, I don't know, like, what is the name of the guy? My head during during the morning. H.P. Lovecraft. That's what I'm saying. Feeling kind of like in some kind of H.P. Lovecraft situation. I don't know. This heart something body I possess, can it be hurt? Oh, easily, but it won't if you do what I say. Anything else, or can we get to work now? Very. No? Good, follow me. They march away without a second glance. Reassuring. I heave a sigh and go after them. My gaze falls upon the darkened doorway the creature disappeared into, and I stop. With a few hand gestures and soft words I do not recognize, Ilar slams the door shut and blocks it with a few loose stones and broken furniture. Is this better? Show off, I mutter. Even so, there is a certain sag in their shoulders now. How much is it costing them to do these things? A thin silvery thread drifts close to my face. I wave it away. It sticks to my hand and I realize there are dozens of these threads growing out of Ilar's shoulder, flickering and unsubstantial. My own arms are guttering the same way. I draw a sharp breath. Ilar, what is happening? Noticing my alarm, they wave dismissively. Don't worry, it's normal. Oh, really? No, this is not normal. I need an explanation, a real explanation. Okay, I don't know. Maybe this one? I'm not certain. So, no, this is not normal. I need an explanation, a real explanation this time, not one of your hand-waving non-answers. I suppose you should know a little more. Heart vessels are bodies made of waters, spirit bodies, if you will. Quite simple in theory, as far as a magic goes. It's not magic, maybe? Confused, I glance towards the unmoving figures, but Ilar seems to have read my thoughts. That's a profane vessel, your anchor to this realm. You know, your flesh, also quite simple, I answer flatly. That is why there are two of me. One is physical and the other is sublime. In other words, flesh and spirit Why complicate matters with obtuse vocabulary? They smirk, putting a thumb under my chin, eyes a glitter. Where's your flair for drama? A pity such a fine work falls apart in the currents. They click their tongue. Maintaining it is quite a feat, you know. A shame I cannot grasp the extent of your greatness, your modesty. I swat their hand away. A plume of hair, fine strands detaches from them, drifting perilously close to my face. I evade it. They smile and present me with their hand. It comes apart like ink in water. Then in a blink it snaps back into a normal-looking limb. Is that what happens when you stop maintaining these bodies? You're catching on. Then they add in a more serious tone, I would appreciate it if you avoided acting recklessly. So as not to have your masterpiece ruined? But this is not my real body. Why should I matter if it fell apart? Why should it matter if it fell apart? Every moment you spend like this, you lose touch with your flesh. Every moment spent formless expedites the process even more. With every word I hear, my eyes grow heavier and my head becomes more and more numb. I rub my temples. It does not help. Lose touch? How do you? With my body, that makes no... First you forget what you were doing, then you forget who you were, then you forget that you forgot. I stare at my hands, feeling cold. Is it already happening? Will I keep forgetting more and more until I'm... Perhaps it's best to not overthink it. Overthink it? I do not know who I am. The pitch of my voice rises. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to rise the pitch of my voice because I cannot. I told you that I'm having some issues with my vocal cords right now. And it's 7 in the morning in here. Okay, yeah, that's true. And I think something is going on outside because my neighbor is like talking really loud. I don't know what happened and I'm even curious, but we're going to like continue this. You'll get used to it. Then, as an afterthought, they add, if you survive. Get used to it? I do not want to get used to it. I want my memories returned. Tell me, is there a way? Stay near your flesh and me, it helps. That is not an answer. They grip my wrist and pull me close, very close. Listen to me. If you don't find the spell, you're going to a place no one ever comes back. Not knowing who you are will be the least of your problems there. That spell is our only chance. Do you understand? Mouth dry, I nod. My eyes drift to our statue-like bodies, wondering how far is too far. Then it dawns on me. I motion at the grimoire. If being near my flesh helps, I should stay with it. We should take the book and look for the spell here. They scratch their head. That would work theoretically. I heave a sigh of relief. Unfortunately, we can't. You made sure of it. My sigh turns into a strangled squeal. What? Why? How? Why? You were secretive, your magic, I don't know, it was frowned upon. The tomes warded against prying eyes and greedy fingers. It can be moved by incorporeal forces, and if anyone tries to pry it open... I stare at them blankly. Something horrible happens to them. They shrug. Something horrible, but I am not anyone. Surely I should be able to open the book safely, right? They shrug again. Probably. Probably. Will you stop shrugging? I need to know if I will or will not suffer something horrible. Let's be optimistic, huh? they say with perfectly still shoulders. A strange peace descends upon me. I notice a quill trembling in the malevolent breeze, a pitiful-looking thing, filthy and broken. Were you mine before all this? Have I written with you? The feather catches on a splinter of a cracked wooden shelf. My eyes bulge. It struggles, but all it accomplishes is losing the few barbs that remain. It is trapped. My nails dig into the flesh of my arm. I mean, but she's like an incorporeal kind of thing right now. How is her nails digging into the flesh of her arms? Like, just like what? Vyn, Ilar grabs my wrists, the look in their eyes, equal parts disapproving and bewildered. I go limp. Perhaps I shouldn't tell you this. Very, very slowly, I turn my absent stare upon them. Oh my god. I think I need to tell me. I need to see another one because otherwise it's so fast. Like, did you saw? I put it to go slower and even slower. It's really fast. Okay. That Lucaci is still around. I'll try to get you. It will try to get you. Not I'll try to get. It will try to get you. Of course it will, I groan. Who can fault it for being drawn to you? Their smile is the very picture of innocence. I frown at them. Just remember this, don't agree to any propositions. Assume that everyone you encounter is after your waters. So if I go too far from my flesh, I will forget who I am and what I need to accomplish. Again, and there is also a Lucaci after me. They awkwardly pat my hand. I grab Ilar's arm. What if you stay with me the entire time? You can keep reminding me. Repeat yourself again and again. Ilar's eyebrows twitch. As ahem, delightful as that sounds, I must keep the abyss far at bay. It's difficult to maintain both of our vessels while I'm at it, so I'll dispel mine until it's needed. Wait, if the tome itself cannot be moved, can you float the whole desk closer? I saw you moving things with magic. They chuckle. That's the exact scenario you described it to me when I suggested you're going overboard with the wards. Can you not see it, Ilar? They say in a poor imitation of my voice. The desk quietly floating out the window into the night, never to be seen again, to be touched by greasy fingers, drawers brutishly rummaged through. A kind of hard word. I know what he means. Just, sometimes it doesn't come. No, you were thorough. The book stays where it is. Oh, Lura, this is not happening. Do you not have a spell or something at least? To protect me? To help me remember? Ilar massages the back of their neck and looks me over. Perhaps I could do something. They take a few quick steps away, pluck something from the air, and return to me. Taking my hand and examining it, they fixate on a spot on my wrist and jab something into it. Whoa, what? I instinctively jerk away, but Ilar's grip tightens, holding me still. Look at me and repeat this. Let the image and words burn into your heart. Sensual pleasures wane, but pain I make my anchor. As long as pain remains, I too shall endure. I thought it was going to rhyme a lot more, but it didn't. I grunt, struggling. Say it. The intense look in Ilar's eyes brooks no room for argument. And hand me. They drive the sharp object deeper. Pulling me closer, they hiss into my ear. Say it. Gasping for breath, I push the words through gritted teeth. Gritted? Grit. No, grit. Right, grit. Ilar, let's go. Satisfied. I stumble back, snatching my arm away. A shard of glass drops onto the floor with a cling, scattering drops of red. You fiend. What? You asked for... You could have warned me. Ilar shrugs. I don't know what you expected magic was when you asked me, but apparently not this. I grind my teeth for a few breaths. I will remember this. That's the whole point. They carry on, oblivious to the daggers. I glare at them. I'll leave you to the grimoire then. Remember, circular gate, black salt, mantra. Can you manage that much? I gingerly poke at my wound. Of course I can manage. They smile and reach a hand towards me. Do not touch me. No fun. They withdraw, their smile only wavering a little. Once you find the spell, bring me the instructions, and the abyss Vara will soon cease to be a problem. Simple. I can make out even more of the objects behind them now. Their form thins with every breath. Hurry. With a mischievous grin, Ilar gives me my wrist a squeeze. I clench my teeth. You really will remember this, right? Count on it, I reply, holding their gaze. Their grip tightens. I inhale sharply. Excellent. It's a fool who makes simple things complicated, so don't overthink this. Just do what I tell you and we both get out of here alive, I mean, maybe the idea is like he's kind of like inflicting pain, but it's a way for her to not actually kind of forget. Like, we are more aware of ourselves when we are going like through a situation of like a painful situation. Like everything in our brain and in our body is kind of like in an aware kind of state, and maybe that's why he's doing what he's doing right now. They let go of me and begin to disintegrate. I take several steps back, staring as they disappear. Their smile is the last to go. I wonder if that is on purpose. Finally alone, I give in to the weight of exhaustion and slump to the floor. What am I doing? Cease this futile struggle. Ilar thinks we may succeed. You think Ilar will save you? Pathetic. They despise you. I chew my lip. Perhaps. You shall perish here, and no one shall know. Ilar needs me. You speak true. I'm alone. I do not have this one. So when I get these ones, I'm always like, I'm probably going to choose one that it's going to like end the game in here. I don't know if he needs me for some reason. They will help me, they need me. Do they? They saved me once. They deceived you, they hurt you. And you do not? That was not their goal. I was like, yeah, that was not their goal. Yeah, because I'm not getting the rest of it. We are getting a false ending here, but it's fine, whatever. It was, and you deserve it. There was no other way. I did not know anything. You still do not. You are not but a burden. I am not. They should have left you there to die. But I am alive, and I will learn. I will not be a burden, not for long. You deceive yourself. I will find a way to get through this. I don't even know to whom she's actually talking to right now. No, you will not. I shall prove you wrong. I place my hand on the desk and pull myself up. Remember, do not forget, do not speak to strangers, find the spell. I repeat the words in my head again and again, attempting to make them stick. Pages of book flutter even though the air is still peculiar. I am procrastinating, am I not? Yes, you are. Fine, I shall begin now. Where to start? In the middle. I suppose one of these bookmarks would be a logical choice. A large coin engraved with what looks like a silhouette of a person catches my eye. I flip open the page it marks and see... Sorry, give me just a minute. I, Vyn and Ilar, High Adept of AOM, Farseer, Savior of Dharam's Square, Guardian Preferent, do mark these pages with my warden's utterance. May all who trespass upon them see only the murk of the roiling seas. May the Varner of the Four Phantoms aid in their protection and thwart any who would bring them harm. Sublimation, the great work. The temporary liberation of heart from the profane vessel is not new in itself, but the process is fraught with danger and limitation. The duration is never long enough, and the vessel is vulnerable to spirits while the heart roams. Every mystic order since Lura's time has sought to perfect the technique. The sanguine sages, MERS synthesis, MERS synthesis, oh my god, can I say this? The Alamond pygmy saints enshrining flesh, the thrice bathed Orients, Jonifaction. I do not understand nothing of this. All variations on the same theme. Freeing in heart from a profane vessel, indefinitely absolute freedom, immortality. I do suppose like they are like giving us like some kind of hints in here, but I'm not getting nothing. Many gullible, eager novices have met their end in this pursuit, used as experiments by magi whose only concern is prolonging their own existence. It is cruel enough to sever any person's heart and observe its dissolution. The tremendous fear, pain, and regret is trying for any virtuous magus to witness. Even worse is to inflict it upon children and youth, which are the preferred candidates. What? Even worse is inflicted to the preferred candidates. But worst of all is when hypnosis, bribery, or even outright kidnapping have been used to obtain these vessels. Some less scrupulous sorts also use the opportunity to mistreat their still living subjects in ways with which I do not wish to stain these pages. I'm outraged to think that these things can be associated with any magus. It is that outrage and perhaps a measure of arrogance that made me decide never to be party to these vile and outdated practices, which brings me to the subject of sublimation. The idea is threefold. 1. Entering and abiding in a state of near death. 2. Exposure to the manifold properties of waters and the threefold between the seas and the profane realm. 3. Prolonging the above state until the heart is more attuned to disease than the profane, and attain liberation from the vessel. I do not get it. The alternative method of immortality through transmigration to a homunculus has been considered and rejected by the author. Okay. No homunculus, no matter how well constructed, can outlast the aging of the cosmos. Furthermore, a homunculus will still be bound by time and space, whereas a detached heart will not. Could this lead us to the revelation that maybe the body that we have in there is like an homunculus, and we are just like some kind of spirit inhabiting it, and it would not last for a really long time? I don't know. Great work. It sounds important, but I do not understand most of it. Yeah. Sister, we are at the same point here, you know. Yeah. There is no mention of a gate, black salt, or a mantra. I thumbed the side of the volume. It is at least 1,000 pages. Sean, look for something else. I do not know. Do I have something in here? Okay, they are kind of like saying maybe look for something else. I don't know. Judging by the size of the book, it might take me a moon or two simply to read through it. I will have to show more wit if I want to survive. I idly scratch at the itching cut, scrutinizing the rest of the desk. If I had conducted a ritual recently, they might be more evident of that. Freshly jotted notes or hastily stored ingredients, perhaps. There must be something. Come on, Vyn, think like yourself. If it was myself, where would I look? Thick corallium locks are set into each lower drawer. A furtive tug, then a firm pull, nets me naught but a dull click. Me and my precautions. Underrated, I decide to try every drawer. More of the same. Click, nothing. You are not defeating me this easily. I keep going, thinking if I am lucky, then one might be open. With a hiss, the bottom left drawer slides out, and my eyes are set aglow by a heap of crumpled papers of every color, a tomb full of flowers. Head tilting, I scrutinize the collection. Who might you be? With a barely audible crinkle, violet-colored paper spreads partially open, revealing rows of text. A letter? Could it be? Head abuzz with curiosity, I pick it up, unravel it fully, and read. Today we lunch by the riverbank. You have until mid-afternoon to come voluntarily, or else be pitched up bodily? Pitched, so, I don't know, pitched up bodily and carried downstairs by me. Consider this letter your one and only warning. Different handwriting from the grimoire, intriguing. I see they have a habit of telling me what to do. I purse my lips in confusion. What kind of a threat is this? Okay. This is for me to pick. Okay. What kind of a threat is this? Does lunch not involve food? Why would I refuse food? This makes no sense. Maybe the next letter will have more answers. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm telling you this for the 100th time. I do suppose these are letters from Ilar? I'm not sure though. I do suppose. I'm telling you this for the 100th time already. I know, but you are amazing. Oh, he's saying something like that? I mentioned how cute what he was? She was? She. Yeah, because of the X, she. I mentioned how cute she was, but I never imagined you'll actually allow me in the tower. Our new friend is perfect. Okay. Are we talking about the cat or something? I'm thinking about properly naming her. Oh, okay. How cute he was. Her. Maybe the X is an H. Something. I don't know. I'm thinking about properly naming her for her 100th birthday, so we can have a real familiar. We need something respectable. Fuzz pants, perhaps? Fuzz pants and me. I shake my head, puzzled. They sound happy. I'm pointless. This tells me nothing. They seem, yeah, without doubt. They sound happy. A strange feeling stirs in my chest. These were written to me. They must be. I grab another one. Okay. You really must rest and relax for a while. The study has become your prison. I don't wish it to be your tomb as well. I trust you didn't recruit me for that kind of undertaking. You really must be relaxed. Why? The study has become a prison. I don't wish it to be your tomb as well. I trust you didn't recruit me for that kind of undertaking. Was I some kind of recluse? I recruited. Was I in charge then? I can imagine it feeling like a prison if they were breathing down my neck the entire time. Okay. Was I some kind of recluse? I hope not. A deep rumble shakes my body. I look forward the abyss Vara, its form obscured by the dense debris circling it. The rumbling settles into a grating hum. It is hard to even think with the noise, but if it gets no worse, I might still struggle through more of these and perhaps piece together what happened to me. Do I have something more? Okay. A waste of time. There could be something here, a clue perhaps. I reach for another letter. A force strikes my gut, knocking the wind out of me, and I double over. You forgot, and now it is too late. A pain pulses in my wrist. Perhaps I should go back. Too late. Straining, I snatch a few more letters and turn to leave, but something is wrong. Letters are drifting down to the floor, my hands now glowing wisps of smoke. The odor of rotten eggs fills my nose. Biting heat creeps up my arms. As I stare, my skin becomes translucent. Fluids bump through my veins with each heartbeat. Horror, fascination. I am frozen, unable to look away. Parts of my skin bulge and tear open, spilling ooze that drifts away into the unseen currents. The eel on my arms shudders, wrinkles from the confines of my skin and swims away. I giggle. My vision blurs. Lines and shapes meld. I am alone, a raft in the storm, helpless. You fail at every turn. A greasy metallic smell fills my nose. I am alone now. Snap out of it. Arms wrap around me and pull me up through the dense liquid. My head breaks the surface and I feel firm stone under my feet once again. And I am eased onto something soft. Hot, bright needles withdraw from my skull. I moan, overwhelmed by their absence. So it's just going to put like maybe another one. And let's call it like 2 or something. In here. Welcome back, Ilar. plops down on the settee next to me, smoothing their disheveled hair. That words buzz in my head, incoherent, overlapping. I swallow and press my cheek into the soft cushion, focusing on its texture, on the faint smell of incense permeating it. A palm touches my head. I twitch. It goes away. It comes back, small motions stroking. You lingered, didn't you? A tremor runs through me, grows into heaving, escaping my mouth as soundless laughter. Ridiculous. Me, looking for a recipe to close a portal, helping the stranger who drags me about, hurts me, tells me it will be easy? Straightforward, huh? Do not overthink it, they say. My sides are sore from laughing. My world is a blur. Maybe it is better like that. It will all end in the dark depths anyway. Why suffer by delaying it? Ilar's awkward batting resumes. Dreadful, isn't it, to find yourself in such a strange place, not remembering, not knowing, peril around every corner. I hear death is not unlike that. You go to the seas, but not as yourself. You go as a new thing, emptied of the past like it never was. Maybe it's not much worse than this. It almost sounds nice in a way. That's what I saw in here. Yeah, I'm still trying to kind of like follow this. Okay. I roll their words on my tongue, emptied of the past, a new thing. The thing is, like, sometimes, because like what they left as like a walkthrough, a guide, whatever, was done after the person did like a couple of bad endings. So sometimes I do not have like an indication in there, and then I'm like, I think I just need to pick it for myself, you know, and see where we are going to end up. I roll their words on my tongue, emptied of the past, a new thing. It almost sounds nice in a way, I say after a while. It does? Why not? Say we stop struggling and let things take their course. Then what? We get to leave all this behind and end up in the seas as something new? Ilar's face is unreadable. A fresh start. I turn onto my back, closing my eyes, letting my heart drift. I would be a dolphin, perhaps. You would be an eel for what you did to my wrist. Imagine us swimming around, singing, playing, haunting fishers. I smiled wistfully. I feel Ilar laying down next to me, the back of their hand touching mine. I do not flinch this time. Aside from the fact that dolphins aren't fish, that does sound somewhat less cumbersome. But why do you get to be a dolphin? Are you sure you lived such a good life? I have a hunch. Really, what kind of a hunch? I don't know if you ever saw like a brain from a dolphin. It's very, very similar to our own brain. Like, this kind of makes you think, doesn't it? Hard to say. I feel right. Is that so? I must have been a decent sort. It is hard to imagine someone who has lived a terrible life would feel like this. Memories or no. They scoff. That's some questionable logic. Wait, why are you asking me if I was good? Do you not know what kind of person I was? Maybe. Do not maybe me, this is important. If we are to jump into that thing, I would really like to know what kind of fate to expect. Now it's jumping in? Why not? If it happens either way, I would rather not sit here and stare at it more than I have to, would you? In that case, if jump you must, leap out of a high window instead. There are no new beginnings in the abyss. I shall take that into consideration. You did not answer my question. How was I? Ilar turns to me, weighing me with their dark eyes. You were a decent sort. I grin. Most of the time. Hey! I poke at their ribs. They harumph and give me an odd look. I do not know what this is. Harumph. I do not know that word. I burst out laughing. Ilar stares at me with mounting perplexity, but a dimple of humor too. It is hard to believe they are the same person from before. Come to think of it, I cannot believe I am the same person as moments ago. Like how a tossed stone disturbs the serenity of water's surface, Ilar's smile drops. They sit up and busy themselves with removing a piece of paper from the sole of their shoe. I cough, sitting up too. Consequently, if this finding a spell and sealing off the abyss business goes amiss, we have a backup plan. What do you say? A backup plan? Sure. Ilar stands up and dusts himself off. So, what did you find in the grimoire? Oh my god, it's been so many things. I already forgot the next one. Okay, yeah. Because the issue with this is that you have like that time limit thing, so I kind of need to keep track on it, but then I keep reading and then I forget the next choice. My face scrunches. There was one entry that gave me a strange feeling when I read it, like it could be important. It seems I was working on something called sublimation. How much do you know of it? More than I care to. What was I trying to do exactly? I often wonder at that myself. Were we not partners? How do you not know? You're just full of questions, aren't you? They chuckled dryly. Am I amusing to you? A high magus seeking answers from me is not just amusing, it's hysterical. I squint at them. Are you not a high magus yourself? No. Maybe he's like some kind of our servant or something. I don't know. Oh, but you are familiar with my research. Believe me, Ilar gives me a sad smile. It's better for you if you leave it be. You are being dramatic. Whatever I did, it cannot possibly be as bad as you are insinuating. Ilar tilts their head back. For a few breaths, we stand in silence. There's a kind of fish that lives their entire lives in the falls that feed the sea. Life for them is a perpetual struggle. Ever upstream they swim because salt water is deadly to them. Okay. So we are kind of making like an allegory in here or something to our situation? I don't know. We are the fish? With a turn of the wrist, Ilar beckons me to continue. If I was such a fish, I would try to escape. And sublimation is that escape from the struggles in life. The struggle of life, Ilar adds matter-of-factly, then shakes their head. That's how it always starts. It, being discontent with one's lot, asking, is there a way out? It is not the right question to ask. They sigh. A way out, I whisper. I do not understand what that even means. Did I want to die? But what was all the research about then? Killing oneself is difficult, but not exactly complicated. Die. Sees, no, you wanted immortality, freedom from the body, and all the rules it is subject to. Ah, that makes more sense. Ilar scoffs. Swimming without water would be easier. One could swim in oil. How close did I get? You're here, aren't you? So was this the result of some kind of experiment that we did? To kind of like not being restrained to the boundaries of having a flesh and having like a limited time to live. I don't know. How close? Tell me. No, I have said more than enough. Oh my god, I don't know. This is important. I need to know. Oh, drop the subject. That's what he said. Maybe I should just leave it like this. Right? Because they put it like, drop the subject. So maybe I don't know if it's the next one or I should just like leave it like that. Deciding not to press them further, I let the moment pass and the tension churning between us dissipates into something more tolerable. You didn't find any mention of the ritual we need. None. Ilar begins to pace back and forth, brow knitted, muttering. There could be hundreds of spells in that book, true. Those are not uncommon ritual components. Not to mention, there are my musings thrown into the mix. No, won't get through that way. Need more time. We can't afford to make mistakes, Vyn. You'll have to do better than this. What do you expect me to do? I barely have an idea of what I am even looking for. Besides, I do not see you diving face first into the book. Ilar's eyes bore into me. Oh my gosh, I mentioned the letter. I have like nothing in here that tells me that, so I do not know. I'm going to leave it. We'll see what we'll get from you. I roll my shoulders and stretch my arms. If that is all, I am ready to try again. They nod. I'll be here. Oh my god, it's a false end, right? Oh, maybe not, maybe not. Maybe we just went for the book again. Once again, I find myself before the grimoire, apprehensive, caressing the cut on my wrist. It is all so bewildering. What should I do? What did Ilar say? Round gate, black salt mantra? So grimoire gives me a spell with those things, please. I lift the cover and it almost turns over by itself. Pages rustle softly as my fingers brush against them. It is strangely soothing. It will not work. You will not find it. Who is the person talking in our heads? Who is it? The book knows what I need, but even if you find it, you will not understand it. I will deal with that when I come to it. And even if you understand, you will not like it. I'm done with you. I shall count the pages. 1, 2, 3, 4. And even if 5, 6, 57, 58. The rustling stops on a stained 2-page spread. On the left side of it is a list of components. Okay, the black salt thing. 1. A black salt sigil with the diameter of 5/3 measures the length of your body. 2. Freshly spilled waters to fuel the reaction. Your blood. An illegible word follows. I squint. A drop, a dash, a pale? Surely not. That would be suicidal. I make a mental note to ask Ilar and move on to the last item. A mantra for unifying the forces to be chanted 32 times. What an odd number. A drawing darkens the right side of the spread. I turn to examine it, but my eyes can find no focus. The lines fray into overlapping spider silk. Strange, I lean in closer for a better look. They squirm. My bowels turn cold, but my eyes are enticed. Closer and closer. Childlike figures, some missing heads, other missing limbs, each incomplete, maimed, interlocking in an anatomically impossible ways, forming a ring. Oh my god, disgusting. Honestly. Like disgusting. What are you? I whisper, my nose almost touching the page now. Fascinated, I lean over the precipice. The black mass at the center looms. It edges and undulates like the sea's ripples on a moonless night. This one is hard. Its edges undulate like the sea's ripples on a moonless night. It's too much like lyrical. I don't know. There is a movement under the surface. What are you? I shiver in excitement, eyes itching, unable to blink. A round protrusion at the center of the inky blackness wriggles. A crescent slit runs from left to right. It opens. Teeth. I put an ear to it. Beneath the pounding of my heart, I hear a susurration. Susurration. Isn't that like a murmur? Why would you like put susurration? Okay. Its cadence sends a shiver through me even before I discern the syllables. What is a mum? A mum? Not savory. Not savory. Savory that I could. What? Never say it aloud and never knowing. Why did it matter? It mattered. It matters. What is this? Stop this nonsense. To you are the silence, you lingers whither I... A lump forms in my throat, the walls close in. Cannot just say the words, I hate you, I hate... Cannot just say the words, I hate you, hate how you... Stop saying these things to me. The weight of the sea presses on my chest and drowns my breath. Dismember a howl, we lie on the stone all lying. No, not anymore. Leave me, be free me, please. Heavier and heavier, I need to get away. I push against the desk, hit too heavy to lift. My body is numb, save for a pinprick of pain in the distance. Ilar's cut. I reach for it. I'm going to do another save in here. And I'm going to just take a little break, okay, because I need to drink a bit of water or something, and then we continue. So we are back again. I'm sorry, I had to actually go back because I had a situation in here. I was like recording, then I had to stop it, then I had to go back again. Whatever. All better or heartless, all is left is to say. No more. I will hear no more. The cut, my anchor, ignites at my beckoning, a spark of heat in the cold, and with it my arm comes into focus. Who gave you the right to... I drive my wrist into the wood. The pain from the cut flares into delightful agony and shocks me into cognizance. I gasp as an immense weight lifts from my chest. Fighting with every drop of strength, I slam the book shut with a resounding thud. The whispering abruptly stops. I double over, panting. Pat, pat, pat. Sweat drips from my chin. Depth. A drop onto the floor and ceremoniously, head resting against the drawers. That voice, there is something about it. Was that part of a spell? A message left by someone? The chill lingers in my chest. I close my eyes, waiting for my heart to steady. This place is getting to me again. Every step I take, something jumps out and bites me. I have no one but that know-it-all to guide me. Will they finally tell me something, or merely shrug and wave their hands? I shall keep this to myself. I will know things they do not. Let us see how they like it, I make my way back, counting my steps. 1, do not tell them. 2, do not tell them. 3, do not tell them. Did you find the spell? They come towards me. Yes, I did. Blast it. I bite my lip hard, too hard. Ow! Ilar raises them, lowers an eyebrow. Tell me. It did something to me. They nod. Well, it was unpleasant. The spell, Vyn. Tell me about the spell. I clench my teeth, considering if it is too late to retract it. It probably is. I sighed. What you said, a circular sigil made of black salt, 5 per 3 measures or something, etc. Ilar's eyes light up, the ghost of a smirk touching their lips. Go on. Really? You are not concerned one jot about what I went through, are you? My concern is reserved for survival. I stare at them. Vyn, their voice strains, almost bleeding. You do not care about me, I mutter under my breath. Does it fit my description or not? This is life or death, try to remember. Yes, it fits. But the mouth, the whispering, it all felt wrong. Ilar steps forward. Did you copy the sigil, or... It talked. It said. I try to recall, but the harder I do, the stronger the pressure in my head becomes. I shut my eyes, swaying. They grab my arms. What about the mantra? How many words? What language? Did you memorize it? You are not listening to me. It feels wrong. Hands balling into fists, I meet Ilar's stunned gaze and pull out of their grip. The ritual, you are wrong about it. The feeling it gave me, like it was trying to drive me away, like I was supposed to know what it meant, but the meaning eluded me. I do not like it. I do not like any of it. Vyn. Ilar rubs the back of their neck and sighs as though speaking to an unreasonable child. I do not know. I do not know. I don't remember. I should have seen it. I don't know. I don't remember. Who cares what that cursed book says? It's enchanted. For all we know, it just wants to chat. And while you dawdle, I'm here staring into the face of the abyss. Have you any idea the dread that entails? The anguish on Ilar's face takes me by surprise. I can feel it pulling at me, unraveling me bit by bit, and there's nothing I can do except put my hole in you and endure it. Accusation, anger, and fear are written so clearly on Ilar's face. What can I say? I don't know. Where am I in here? I heard what I was doing. Okay, let's try this one. They are struggling as well. Of course they are. How could they not be? I think it's in here that we are. Oh my god, maybe there was some things that I didn't do. Okay. Maybe they are burdened even more heavily than I, considering they must work to contain the abyss far as at all times. I was focused on myself. I should have asked them sooner. How could I have been so selfish, so childish? Please forgive me. For what? For never asking after your comfort. Doesn't matter now, they grunt. So they say that I should get this one. Forget this tower, let us pilfer the silverware and run. So is there a way for us to just get out of here? What? I thought the issue was that we could not get out of here. Right? Or am I like... I don't know. What? Their eyes bulge. It is not stealing being legally ours. They make a strangled sound. Well, I do not see how Abby can hurt us if we are not here. It will be our problem no longer. In a flash of inspiration, I grin. We could leave a note saying we eloped together in case anyone comes looking. They rub their temple. I'm not eloping with you. Why not? Are you telling me you enjoy Abby's company? No? Let us ship them. I will do it if you will. We can't run away without our bodies. Yeah, that's why I was like, what? It's always so pessimistic. What if we tie another note on Fuzzpants and send her to the village to get someone to fetch our bodies? Fuzzpants is a cat. He doesn't care if we live or die. I think it's kind of like the agent. You kind of like treat it as a he or a she. I think it's like that. Drat. I give up. I lean back into the city with a heavy sigh. You can keep your precious silverware. Feeling better? They cross their arms and shrug. Like, sorry. I'm not even understanding. Why are we talking about the silverware right now? Like it was really something precious to him? And was there a moment where we even talked about that? I don't know. I'm feeling extremely confused with this one. Oh, do not play coy now. How many times do you want me to apologize? Wouldn't have minded one more, they say icily, the corner of their mouth twitching. You conniving, did you just swindle sympathy out of me? I don't know what you're talking about. You tricked me into promising to elope with you. I cover my face in mock horror. You fiend. How will I ever show my face to the world again? We can't elope. We're already married. What? They stare at me unblinking. Sorry. Oh, I see. I shift in my seat. This is a disaster. I cannot change the subject now, can I? Their lips pull into a grin. I'm joking. Oh, God, honestly. Can I just slap someone in here? My cheeks spasm to match their smile. Please kill me. Maybe you could go back to the book, huh? They glance at it suggestively. Yes, yes, it is time. It takes a heroic effort to not simply lunge to the book then and there. I stand up slowly. Good. They vanish in a puff of smoke. I'm kind of feeling like, okay, cool. I was thinking, did we get more or not? It is fine. I mean, we got the demo and all. How should I put it? The other time that I played, I only played like a tiny little bit. Why? Because I was feeling like the text was very lyrical, and you do have visuals in there, but you need to really immerse your mind into some kind of fantasy, H.P. Lovecraftian, I don't know, into actually kind of like maybe understand what's going on here. And as we were going along with it, I continue to feel like I am not actually getting it. You know, it's so confusing. But I mean, okay, he opened like the window in here. But anyway, this is like, it was something that I kind of wanted to do. Like, I wanted to do a little bit more of this game to actually see what kind of reaction and how would I feel about like playing it. And I don't know what was your opinion about it. For me, it's confusing. But maybe it is confusing because, as I said at the beginning, I keep feeling like this game was made for a type of audience, which I feel that I may not fit into it. Like, it's not that I didn't understand the words. It's not that I didn't understood even the lyrical way they put the things. It's just it's hard. It's hard when you are like processing another language and really try to get into that lyrical feeling, and it's, you know, it passes by a filter when we are reading in a language that it's not ours. And I read a lot in English. I read a ton of books in English, more than I read in my own language. Still, I always feel like you are like passing it through a filter, you know. It's different from when you just receive things in a direct and automatic way when it's your own language. And especially in things like this where you kind of need to be able to immerse yourself and fantasize about it. So I leave the suggestion to you, you know, if you feel like the game was something that is up your alley or not, you know. And I had my own experience, you know, playing it in here with you. And I have my own thoughts about it. So I leave you with this. You have the demo. You have a free version, which I think it's longer than this one. Okay. Because you actually do like a whole act or something. I don't know. I don't remember, honestly. It's been years. I mean, you can try for yourself, or you can get the game. It's not on sale right now. But the full game is out, and they have like a thing in here. I'm just going to click. Does it do something? Because wishlist Chronicles of Taldun, the longing. So they probably have. It's not appearing in here. Yeah, they probably have. Yeah, they do not have it on Steam. They probably have like a sequel or something thought about to come out. Okay, so this is it, and I hope like next time I will be bringing you another game. So see you next time.